Good morning, Dr. Carlson from Active Family Chiropractic, and we are on our next installment of Who's Cracking with Dr. C. Side note, you're not allowed to say cracking in our office. It's not a crack house. But just for fun and giggles, we use the title anyway. And we are here today with Danielle, who's one of our favorite patients, and we're going to interview her and talk about her life and her chiropractic experience. So, what do you do?
I am an office manager at Phoenix Wind Supply.
And what is your specialty there?
I do a lot of what they call plumbing submittals. And so that's basically like the Bibles of plumbing. So I do a lot of those. I take care of the salesmen in the office. I do a lot of like the staples runs. Pretty much the mother of the office. That's pretty much what I do.
And what were you doing before? Because this is something newer, right?
It is. So I've been there for a year.
Already a year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, July, the end of July marks a year. Before that, I was teaching the second grade. And before that, I was getting my degree in biology.
Biology.
Yeah.
Right on. So tell me about teaching. What was your favorite part?
Helping the kids.
Yeah.
For sure. So I worked in Glendale, so it was more of a low income area. So I had second graders who couldn't even read at a kindergarten level.
Wow.
When they first started. So getting them to read at
their level
was really, really rewarding.
That would be.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to leave and move on to something different?
The fact that I didn't have my teaching degree. So I was on an emergency certification, so it only guaranteed me to be able to teach for a year. Then I would have to renew that if I wanted to, or go through the schooling to get my teaching degree, which is pricey, and I didn't know if that's exactly what I wanted to do. So I decided to step back, reevaluate, and see where life would take me, and it took me to work alongside my dad. So
Is that the best part of your job?
I love working with my dad. I really, truly do.
Your dad sounds like a really cool guy. What's the hardest part of your job? Sounds like there's a lot of people you work with, and so as dudes don't seem to have as many personality challenges as women. What's most challenging?
Definitely not the people that I work with. I love everybody that I work with for the most part. I would have to say sitting in front of a computer all day long.
Oh yes.
That's probably the hardest part. I don't really have a whole lot of reason to get up and move because all my work is on my computer.
And that was not what you were doing in the classroom?
Nope, I was up and moving, and before working at a school, I was working in daycare. So
you were always on the move.
Always on the move.
What did you come in with originally to see us?
Migraines and headaches to the point where I was getting absolutely nothing done.
And had you had a history of those before, or is this just something that developed?
A little bit of a history in college, but they threw medication at me and said that it was a tension headache. And it wasn't until, 9 months into this job that I'm at now that it was really taking a toll on me. So I guess not an extensive history with migraines or headaches, the occasional one, I guess.
Not like you came
Not like when I originally came in.
And when you originally came in, it was like 2 weeks or something, right?
I think I was going on 17 or 18 days with the migraine.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's a little life debilitating.
A little bit.
So do you think that the transition from being so active in the daycare and then in the classroom and then parking your butt in front of a computer is how you ended up reinstating or starting these headaches over?
I definitely think it played a big part. 100%.
100%. So other than sitting so much, what do you think potentially the other greatest challenge to maintaining your health and staying fit and healthy and strong is?
Finding time and motivation to actually work out and maintain my health.
And how are you doing?
Much better. Still not where I want to be, but I'm on the road to where I want to be.
That's right. I was reading let's see if I can remember it. It said, dead last is better than did not finish, which is better than did not start.
Yes.
Yeah,
so we're starting.
We're trying.
We started trying not to quit, and we're on the road.
You are on the road. Good job. When you came into our office, obviously you came in because you're related to Heather, so thank you for joining us and being part of our active family. But did you have chiropractic experience before? Never.
Never ever.
Okay, so for other first timers, because the vast majority of the population hasn't seen a chiropractor, were you nervous?
Very.
Were you?
I was nervous.
What were you nervous about?
I grew up not, I mean, other than the occasional checkup and the physical, like that's the extent of like medical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous because it was going out of my comfort zone. Nobody in my family really has any experience with chiropractic care. So I was kind of the first one. So I was nervous for sure. However, having Mikey and Heather and their testimonies and telling me like, hey, you might want to give it a shot, definitely helped ease the nervousness just a little bit.
So was it just a unknown kind
Yes.
of discomfort, or were you also nervous about, is it gonna hurt? Is she gonna hurt me? Those kinds of things, because I think people, they hear the sound, and a lot of people get kind of grossed out by the sound, or they've watched too many Steven Seagal movies, which I joke about in practice all the time. And you start to get this idea, like, what is it? It's, you know, kind of out there, and maybe it's a little voodoo-y, not my words, but.
I don't, not so much that it was going to hurt, because I was at the point where
You didn't care.
anything was better than the nausea of the migraines and everything like that. It was more of like an unknown. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to help.
So I think a lot of people are in that same place where they don't feel good and they've gone the medical model, or they don't want to go the medical model because they know they're just going to get shots or drugs, right? Like you didn't in college. But they don't necessarily, they don't know what to expect, and the fear of the unknown sometimes stalls everyone at some point in time in their tracks. So what would you say to somebody who's maybe on the fence and is not feeling well and doesn't want to go the medical model, but is a little apprehensive to actually try a chiropractor? What would you say? How would you help them get more comfortable with it? And what would you say about that first visit and getting over the hump?
I'm kind of a person just jump into things, so I don't know if
both of you don't.
I don't. Yeah. I guess my biggest thing is that you won't know unless you try, and that's kind of how I looked at it. If this wasn't going to help me in the long run, then obviously I would find.
Keep looking.
Yeah, keep looking. So my biggest thing is that if you don't try it, you'll never know.
Right.
So you might as well just give it a shot. If you don't like it, if you don't like it, then you just
come back.
Go back.
Right.
But you're gonna love it because I did.
So what's been your biggest surprise, right? You come into this and you don't know what to expect. What's been the biggest surprise, and conversely, what's been your greatest result? Because sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're different.
It would have to be. The biggest result is from day one, from that minor adjustment that you gave me when I came in. I have not had any symptoms, signs of migraine, headache, anything. Which is
so exciting.
Really, really exciting. So,
were you surprised that it could happen that fast?
Yes. I wasn't expecting relief until 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. So the fact that it was immediately, like, I was sold.
So has there been a hard part to get over?
Other than trying to motivate myself and do my homework, that's probably the hardest part, is keeping myself accountable.
Okay.
So
I think a lot of people feel that way. I feel that way sometimes, like, I don't want to go to the gym today. But you just can't listen to that little voice.
Yeah. So working on that on the daily, but I think that would probably be the hardest part.
Right. On the daily. What was the thing in a nutshell to bring us to a close? The thing in a nutshell, and I think you already said it, but that convinced you that chiropractic should play a role in your lifetime health as you continue to age and as you continue to have babies and build your family and take kids to the park. What has convinced you that chiropractic should be a part of your lifestyle for your family?
The relief that it gave for the symptoms that I came in for.
And have you noticed other things that have improved, not just the headaches, right? Because the first thing I want is for you to feel amazing, and I want the pain to be gone,
Right.
for God's sakes, right? But I want more for each of my patients than that. I usually have a greater vision than people do when they come in, because they're so short-sighted, they just want to feel better, right? Which I totally get. But my vision is that I want every one of our practice members to live a fit, fun, adventurous lifestyle the way they want to. I don't want them to have something taken away from them. If they choose not to do it, that's a different story. But I want them, all of our practice members, to be able to have adventure, pick up and go to Utah like you did, right? So are there other things that you noticed in how your body functions or moves or functions, basically, since you've been getting adjusted?
Yeah, so not only the headaches going away, I definitely feel a lot more loose and not so tense. I am getting a little bit better at not holding in my stress or, letting that affect me.
So better balance.
Better balance. And just feel a little bit I don't know. Biggest thing is just loose. I don't feel so tense all the time.
Good. And so have you modified how you're managing your work life? Since we kind of put 2 and 2 together, and this desk job is part of what kind of pinballed you in an opposite direction. What are you doing to maintain the thing that we can't get rid of, right? Because you love your job, you love the people, you don't want to change it, but yet if it's not promoting your health, or in this case it's detracting, what have you done to try and take that one facet of your life and maybe tweak or manage it so that it's not holding you back or pushing you back?
I've definitely noticed my posture sitting in my chair has changed dramatically. So I'm not hunching over trying to get closer to the screen, and more sit back, and it's more comfortable. I'm also taking a lot more breaks to give not only my neck and my eyes, but my brain a little bit of a break. So I just get up, take a little break, walk around for a little bit, and then come back, which I wasn't doing before.
I think really that's the biggest thing you can do, is break up your physiology and take it away, move it around in different planes in different directions, and then come back and go again. And so a lot of times when we're talking to patients, we want it to be like an hour and a half, or you'd set your smartphone for an hour and a half, and you're in the middle of something that you really are better off finishing, then go to the max 2 hours. But an hour and a half, 2 hours is a great work cycle. Your brain, that's a long time for your brain anyway. And then getting up, moving around, having a glass of water, whatever the case may be, and then going back to it. That's one of the best things you can do to be able to do what you want to do and work the job you want, but not pay a price for it.
Right.
So long term, good job, Knuckles.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. So until we meet again, this is Danielle and Dr. Carlson at Active Family Chiropractic. Bye-bye.